everybody. Welcome to our show. The phone number in the screens for both show tonight is going to be for the Flower Talk show and also for the Bright Star. Thank you so much for watching our show. Thank you so much for your feedback, and thank you so much for allowing us to text to you or put it in the Facebook or just calling and telling you the hour of our program. Our program, the Flower Talk show, is Friday from 10 to 10. 10 to 11 in Channel 10 Grande or Channel 10 Public Access, Time Warner, also 105-3 digital, we have digital, and also Sunday from 2:30 to 3:30. If we want a Bright Star show, it's 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, midnight in Tuesday night, and also Wednesday from 8 to 9. We're going to change our schedule starting in June, so we're going to update you new hours that we have at the program. Most of the program is going to be Saturday and Sunday, so I know a lot of you watching the football game, so I have a big competition right there. And for the guys, I'm sorry, but you just have to order our DVDs, so it's like donations. So at the end of the show, you're going to see our website, and you're going to see my email, so you can order. Also, we have for Mother's Day, to all the mothers, we want to wish them a happy Mother's Day, and we have these wonderful poems for mothers. So if you want to have some of them for a donation of $1, you can have it and just call our show. I know that you're going to call during the show, so I'm going to try hard to answer each and every phone call, because right now we have a live audience right here in the Mirador, so you can see here the sign. So I'm going to tell you why I choose this location. Many of you are not familiar with this location, but if you want to be familiar, you just discover in your own. But I have somebody that I discovered over here, so I'm going to introduce you in very short time someone that it's becoming a so-called star in our unbelievable food industry, and also in a dining room and in like something special, exotic food, and featured so many times in so many TV shows. I feel like I have a big competition here, but you know, Corpus Christi is very, very clannish, so we are like very, very much as a family. So if I introduce you guys, you have to trust me that he is the one that has to be recognized in this community, and he will tell us when he came here and what he's doing here. So we're going to test his talent. So all of you are going to see tonight something that it's like I'm proud to say that our community has someone here that is well known not only in the state, not only in the United States, but all over the world. So without further ado, let me introduce you the greatest chef of this place, which is single and available. We're going to ask if it's available. So, so we'll see. So as you know, girls, every person that I have here, and you really are so interested, you have to call me first, because I'm the broker. So then you talk to him. So we know that you cannot get to him. So without further ado, let me introduce you here the greatest chef, Chef Barry. I love this wonderful black and white and all this names and stuff. So here is Chef Barry. So we'll have a seat. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. And how did you discover Corpus Christi?
Well, it was many years ago that I opened up. I was a corporate chef. I opened up the American Bank Center in downtown, and it's connected to the convention center. That was 2004. I came here, I was here for 30 days, and I worked all the time. I didn't really see Corpus Christi. I always said,
you didn't go to the beach, you mean? You didn't go to see
not one day.
That's workaholics. See, all these people, they're working in the food industry, flower industry, they are workaholics. They take it seriously.
Yes. So I worked. I was here for 30 days, and I said, you know, boy, I would really like to come back sometime. And lo and behold, Mirador got a hold of me, and we worked things out, and I left the cruise ship I was on and came here.
So you was in the cruise ship before you came here?
Yes.
So you practically went all over the world, I would say.
Yes.
Yes.
I've been several places. Roughly about the last 5 years as the executive chef on a cruise ship. I also have my own consulting firm. So
what is it about?
Well, I consult for different businesses, hotels, restaurants.
Like the food industry,
yeah, all in the hospitality. I write the menus for them, or whatever their needs really are. You know, whatever they need.
You know what is remarkable? I was visiting with a chef for a few days now, like, back and forth talking about what he does, and what is amazing, this wonderful, chef, what he does, he's writing his own menu, he's typing the menu every day for how many, like you have like special, like diet people, and another people that they have like, maybe heart problems, and another one that they are like in just regular living. So how many kind of food you have to do?
Well, what we do, here we have healthcare side, and then we have independent living side. So for the independent living, I write the menus. We offer 3 wonderful choices and some accompaniments, soup of the day, salad of the day. We do that at lunch and then at dinner, 5 days a week. We have a wonderful Sunday brunch. So I usually write them the night before. And
The night before you write the menu.
I type them myself, I write them, and then I send them to our concierge, and they put them on what we call Touchtown. And that's on the TV for the residents. They can tune in and then they can see what's happening, kind of an informational channel. So I write for there, then I also, 7 days a week, I write for the healthcare side. And we have 3 kitchens, 3 different dining rooms for the healthcare.
So chef, you write your own menus, you put it in the program, you do it, you cook that. So do they pay you 3 salaries or just 1?
I sure wish it was 3, but it's 1.
I think it is just amazing. What I want to tell you, it's just like something that I really been to a lot of places like country club, town club, I went to a lot of like hotels and like big resorts and stuff, and they have a big dining rooms, or like in Hawaii, but I never saw such a complex job that you're doing, because you're doing the dining room, you're in charge of the dining room as well as the kitchen.
Yes.
So these men, you girls, it's hard to handle this man and have a job and have a business, because he's a full business. You have to take care of him, okay? So I'm going to really remind you that if any of you are interested in a man like him, you have to know that he is the one, that he has to be the star. You have to really put him in a pedestal. So I know all of you that really wanted to meet someone, you want to keep your business, keep your job, and have him. No, he's like a doctor. So many times we discuss about that. The doctors, they have to be put in a pedestal, okay? So you come home, you're not going to stay at the door like, my friends, what I'm talking about. Just go to the door and ask what restaurant you're going to eat tonight. You stay holding home, you have all these tennis, playing and stuff. Chef, I'm telling you, because from my experience, I'm telling you what they're doing. So we have to be so careful, because you are a treasure. So I'm going to really protect you, in Corpus Christi. So I don't know what you're going to do when you get out from here, but apparently you did good for so many years, that you stay away, because you probably stay hidden in the kitchen. And I saw you interacting with these beautiful people that they are here in this place, and thank you so much for the audience for being here tonight, and you're going to watch our show. So I really, really appreciate for you being here, and many of you that watch our TV show, I know you're going to ask more questions about him. So I'm going to ask you more questions to clarify, from all of you. How did you start in this business that you are in? I know you're Italian, so Italian is like la cucina is like amazing. It's like, we grew up with those in Europe. So how did you start?
Well, when I was very young, my father was an entrepreneur. He owned 7 restaurants. Wow. And when I was very young, as I got older, my friend and I, we discovered what he did when we were both 12. My friend's dad was my father's friend, and he owned a country club. I think they just, as we got older, I think they just wanted us out of the house one summer, but they made us go and work in the country club in the kitchen.
What did you do in the kitchen?
Well, my very first day, I was a dishwasher, and that was my last day of my life. I was a dishwasher. The cooks were outside. Whatever they were doing, they weren't in there. The waitresses were yelling. It was a Friday night fish fry. And so I went over, I watched them, I just paid attention, and I was used to being in kitchens anyways. And I took the order for the waitress, and the one yelled, "Who did this?" And oh boy, I was in big trouble then. But no, she said, "This is beautiful. It was a great job." Told my father's friend, the kid made that, you know, and so now my dishwashing career was over. I was now the cook.
The cook, oh my, see, sometimes you don't want to show what you know.
Age
because,
12.
Age 12.
And then I just, I started and I always worked in the kitchens. I was advanced in school. I got skipped a grade. So I graduated high school at age 17. I went to Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York. I graduated at age 19. Came out, went back to Florida when I was executive chef at a 5-star restaurant at age 19, and I've been at least the executive chef or corporate chef, or general manager, assistant general manager at the same time for all these years now, pushing 29 years.
You are so young, because for 29 years you did that. You know, that's working is keeping you young. I bet you just like really prefer more to work than to play, like kind of, to have a good time, and because you have a good time in what you're doing. To
Yes,
me,
yes.
I think it is a lot of work, like in the flowers and also in the in the food industry. It's a lots of work, but it's like entertainment, because look at this beauty that we have here. We're going to go over this tray in a little bit. And I'm going to see for sure that you are convinced that what I'm telling you about his talent, unbelievable talent that he has in putting the food together, and again the food, you have this art of cooking, and I say that you have this art of cooking, it's sharing also. So that's so important. Like the people that doing the artists that doing the painting, they should share that with people. So also people do flowers, they should share with people. And he's a very generous. I can tell firsthand how is it. He just really wanted to make it feel good and test all his what he has, and the people, they are so delighted for his creativity. You have to be very creative to do what he does. And I'm sure that if you wanted to do like the same dish like today and tomorrow, I'm sure that it's some kind of ingredient or something more like yesterday and today that is completely different but more tastier, because I would say that you are so original that you can't do the same. Like I will not do a flower arrangement like I may do 20 the same, but I would say it's the same, but there's no way to be the same. You can put 100 people to give them the same ingredients, give them the same flowers, turn them with the back to each other, and you can see completely 100 different things that they would do. If you say, here is the ingredient, and you do one of your casserole, some people, I will say one of these arrangements, it's no way to do it the same, because everybody see the things differently. So I'm assuming that for him to teach, I saw you teaching some of your people how to do that and how to, arrange and stuff. And I'm very impressed because the color, the way I was just watching to see all the oranges or berries or like what else they have, strawberries. They are put it in the same way, and it was just amazing. That's why I was fascinated, and I said I need to really show to all of you what talent we share here in CookSpecial and how happy we are to have you here. Very, very much. We're really very delighted. And if you see him, wherever you see him, Facebook, a place where he's working, in any way in the community, just be sure you tell him, like you tell me all the time, I see you somewhere, yeah, I know who you are. I want you to tell who he is, okay? He's here with me, and I'm going to introduce you to a lot of places that I've been here for 30 years. I know a lot of places, and I would love for him to be introduced to each and every one of them, because I'm so proud of you, Chef, that you are here and you are in CookSpecial. We try to keep you in CookSpecial. So let's go in the back and see what you're going to show us today that's really interesting, like made me to think like I didn't even dream that something like that can exist. So we have the audience, they're going to show to see us, what you're showing them, and they will probably say, I want that next day to do it. So without further ado, we're just going to take a break for like a few seconds, and we're going to the magic table. Is that right?
Yes.
Here we are at the magic table, and I'm going to leave the chef to tell me step by step what he's going to do. Of course, he's not going to show me the secret ingredients, so it's okay. Just as long as you allow us to taste, and we'll just say it's great, whatever it is. So, tell me, what are you going to do today?
Well, what I'm going to show you, it's a Caesar salad, but I'm going to show you how to make a totally edible Parmesan cheese, fried cheese bowl. And then we're going to put the salad inside the bowl.
Oh my God, so you're going to make this bowl, like actually make it?
We're going to make it right now.
Oh,
okay, so first off, you want to take your pan. You're going to take a non-stick pan. You're going to spray it. Okay, spray it really good.
What is spraying?
We're going to, just like a pan or some sort of pan, we're going to take our bowl here and spray this so that it doesn't stick.
What kind of bowl is that?
So this is just a stainless steel bowl that I'm going to use to form the cheese. Okay, so what we have here, totally all shredded 100% Parmesan cheese. And you would think, how can you fry cheese? You can.
Yes. How can you fry cheese? Yeah.
So we're going to put
So
it.
it have to be shredded, yeah?
Yes, it has to be shredded. The grated will not work nearly as good. So you take it, you can start here and it sizzles a little bit. It doesn't take long to do. So you want to evenly put it on, putting it all in here. I like it to get up along the edges. Very hot, Margaret. You don't want to burn yourself.
No, I'm not going to touch it. I'll just stay away. You know,
Okay.
that's your business.
Okay, so now we're just going to let it sit here for a few seconds. And as we're watching it, it's starting to form right on in the bottom of it. So once it gets to a certain point,
Yes.
we're going to take it off. And then you'll say, how do you get that out of there? You know, well,
Yeah, that's
you
the
could
question.
try to use your hands, no, you'll burn
No.
yourself.
You're
But,
going to melt this.
melt your
glove.
glove.
Yes,
yes.
Can do
So-
that.
So then what you could do, sometimes I take tongs
Yes,
and I get it started off. You know, like these tongs here.
yes.
We want to test to see if the cheese is starting to form and it's going to come right
Oh,
off.
I see.
Okay, so you can do that, but I'm going to show you the best possible way.
Oh
Here,
my
in
God.
about 1 minute, it's going to be ready to come off.
So you think that you expecting us to do one of these and make it, or just have to try a lot?
Well, you know, I do cooking demos here, and,
Yes.
and I've showed the residents here how to do this in one of my previous shows, and I've had a couple of them come and say, I made that.
So did they bring it to you?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it.
I don't know how well it come out, but here we have romaine lettuce. While we're
Okay.
waiting for our bowl,
Yes.
we're going to toss in a little bit of croutons. We make these right here. More.
And this is the same Parmesan? Like
Same Parmesan,
same
we don't want to
okay.
overdo it, and then we'll make Caesar dressing.
Well, how you make Caesar dressing? Is just you buy it, or you make?
Well, we buy it,
You buy it.
but it really has anchovies
It's
in it.
Oh, that's great.
Anchovies
Oh,
and
wow, that's
garlic, Dijon. So now we're just whipping this around, and our cheese is about ready. See how now the cheese,
Oh, I see.
see
You
how it's-
can see, yes, you can see a little brown.
okay, so then you say, well, if everything is working right for us, we're gonna do this.
Oh my God, look at that.
And now,
Beautiful.
there it is.
Beautiful.
See how
wow,
now-
let's give a hand. Excellent.
So ideally,
Yes.
what you like to do is, when we're making them in bulk here, when we're doing a lot of them,
Yes.
what we'll do is we'll pop them in the freezer for about a minute, and then the cheese will tighten up, and the bowl will form. If I take this off right now, the cheese is too soft, it'll
Sure.
start collapsing.
Yes.
And I can show you an end result. This is one that we previously
He
did.
has already, he's already done.
So
Look
see
at
how
this.
it's firm?
Beautiful, it's firm. This one is staying in the freezer?
Yes.
Do you hold them in a freezer or?
Yes, we can hold, we do, but we like to make them somewhat to order. When we
Okay.
run these for a special, we'll start off with, say, 10 of them,
Yes.
you know, and we just feel, and once, if they're moving fast, you know, we'll start making more and
Making
popping them.
more, so.
Once you see how fast they
So
go,
practically you can get them like cold, if it's good to eat them cold.
Yes,
So,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Then the people are aware that they are you can eat them?
yes,
They are aware.
all my servers, they'll tell them.
They tell them it's
Yeah.
illegal.
And we do this one, I'm not for sure if I did it at nighttime, I can't remember, I do it at lunchtime though.
And
quite
lunchtime?
often.
Yes.
So
it's-
now what you're doing here, so you kind of just want to twist it,
Yes.
pull it off,
Oh
And
my
look at
God,
the
that's
bowl.
beautiful. That is beautiful. You want to, we ask our producer, Margarita to come.
Okay,
You can see
so-
it,
so
but
now-
okay, you can zoom in. Oh, that's beautiful. So now you're going to put the,
we're gonna
Yeah.
take it and put it on your big plate, okay? So ideally, you want to cool these down because you don't want the
Sure.
lettuce to go into hot.
Yes,
But
yes.
it's cooled down
is it
pretty.
cool down?
It'll take a
Wait,
minute or
we
so,
We can wait, yeah.
so
We can put in another one.
it'll be fine. We'll do
Yeah.
this. And
Anyway, I
then you
can.
just put this right
Chef,
on
do I
in.
have to deal with you that I want to eat those? It's the end of the show.
You're gonna get to, okay? So then, there you are.
It's beautiful.
That's what it looks like, right there.
It's beautiful. Got it, Annie?
And that's how we.
Annie, my producer wanted to share one of these with me, I guess, after the show.
There you have
It's
it.
beautiful. Okay, so when do you recommend this to be like really put in a menu? Like when you have like party for like 10, 20, how many?
Well,
To make it fresh.
they're somewhat time consuming. I've
Yes.
done them for as many as 1,000 people banquets.
1,000 people. So when did you prepare them? You prepare them
The
early?
day before.
And you keep them in a freezer or in a refrigerator?
We'll keep them in the refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Yes, we
Like
put
everybody
them
can-
on a rack and they'll be on big, long sheet pans and then we just stack them all in there.
Yeah, but chef, your refrigerator is like 43 degrees. Like we
Right.
have like what? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, if
60
you're doing for your
something.
house,
For the house, yeah.
you try to time it so that you could do it at that day.
Mhm.
Or,
Oh, yes.
or you hire somebody like myself and then we can bring it.
We can't afford you. We'd love to hire you. We have to, what do you have to do? Sing for you, romance you? To have you
So-
do that? No, it's too expensive for us.
So it's kind of a nice, you know, like a starter, you know, it's a little different, you know, the average person, they're just gonna make the salad and then they just put it in a bowl.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
this
yes.
is a better presentation.
Sure.
You see how the cheese is kind of shooting out, that's why I was
Yeah.
kind of brushing it up against the
You know,
pan.
it is so wonderful because, you know, many of you went to these restaurants that they serve like in tortilla, and tortilla beef ball.
For like a
Yeah,
taco
Yeah,
salad.
like a tacos and they put inside. So this one here is like, I will eat this, but I will not eat this one here. I have to watch my figure. My girl's figure.
Well, me too.
Yeah. Well, it's so tempting. Thank God I'm not working in the kitchen because I can't eat the flowers, you know, but I can't eat it. So I'm with that, so I stay away from food. I'm always hungry. If you want to win me, just give me food. Because I eat just like 2-3 times a week, like with food. The rest, I go and work. It's wonderful. Okay, so we have another items today to do.
Yes, you like to see it now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna show you, this is a fun one. Okay, let
We
me
have a
just-
fun one. Let's see the fun one,
Yes,
and then we
okay.
sit down and
What-
talk again.
Okay,
Because I'm so fascinated of that. Oh my God, it's so. It's so wonderful. Like it's the same thing when you do the flowers. By the way, I want to mention I have European floral design, so these flowers are for all of you to enjoy. And that's the items that we're going to have for Mother's Day, and that's the beautiful stargazer that is really have such a beautiful aroma. And we have some irises there and some beautiful roses. They are Victorian roses. And I brought you just a little sample for you to have it. And flowers and food, they always go very well together. So the number on the screen, if you want to order something, we'll be glad to to do it. And as a complimentary from my flower shop, I'm going to send you for Mother's Day some carnations that the chef is going to to give it to you complimentary. So I want to be sure that you know how much we love you. So between his food and the flowers, that is like means love. We always put love, in what we're doing, and it's important because sometimes you go to the restaurant and you see the cook there is like unhappy or something. So it's not like cooking at home. When you cook at home, you cook with all your love. See, unless you really don't want to cook and you have to cook, you must cook. I have to ask you a question. If I get you a match and you get married, are you going to cook at home?
No, I don't usually cook at home too often. I cook all day long. So I'm hoping that the match you'll give me, she will cook.
Okay, so we have to have somebody that cooks.
Yes, ideally.
Wow.
But it's not a deal breaker. Okay.
Are you sure you're not going to critique?
Never. Just a grilled cheese sandwich is good enough.
Wow, that's great.
I'm not picky.
He's not even picky.
No.
See,
no.
you girls, I told you, I have a man for you that is an exceptional man and he's not even demanding, okay? So call me the number of the screen or just come and see me. So we're going to go to the right match for you. Yeah. So I'm ready to see what he's going to do, and how many of you would you like to learn what he's going to do today? And you call me and tell me that you try to do that. If you need any more information, just give me a call, and I'm sure that I'm going to have the chef telling me, more detail about other, questions that you have about the food that he does and about the mixture that he's doing right now. So what do you do right now, chef?
Okay, what we're doing is, it's a dish I call voodoo shrimp. Our residents have seen this before. Okay, so the voodoo, what I'm doing here is I have
something magic, voodoo?
I have my shrimp.
What do you do? How did you do? How are they? Oh, they are in
They're on skewers, so we take
Oh,
three.
okay.
So if you see,
yeah.
we have them on a skewer.
Oh.
We're just cooking them off right now.
Are they frozen?
No,
They are fresh.
They're fresh, they're raw.
They're
We
raw.
put them on the skewer. So what we're doing now, we're just gonna grill them off. And then I made tequila, honey lime, ginger glaze.
So you have some tequila there?
I do have some tequila.
Ooh.
You could probably drink this a little bit. It's
Yes.
pretty good. It's a nice sauce.
So how do you know when you put the sauce?
Well, you want to once you flip them over because you don't want to burn the sauce. But this glaze,
What is what do you have? I know you have a
we got
yeah.
tequila in there,
Tequila.
and then we have honey, we have lime juice, and then ginger seasoning.
Oh, ginger seasoning, yes.
Okay, so now we're just gonna baste it. Okay, so
Oh.
the shrimp, they're cooking right along, and you're gonna see the fun part come out really
My
soon.
God, I never even know that you can do that with the steam.
We put it right in here.
If anybody from the audience knows about something like that, you ever did it before? Yes?
Well,
Oh,
they've
yes.
eaten it several times with me.
Oh, you thought
And
that.
then usually, if I do this, it'll be on a Thursday night, and I usually put tenderloin with it. I do another dish
In the same,
on the same big plate.
really?
This would be a small one. This one here will be, we put 2 skewers in. We're cooking it off, and now I'm gonna show you the presentation wise, okay? This is the fun. See how it's nice
the
and
color.
brown now?
Beautiful color. What
Now
do you
here's
have
the
there?
secret ingredient, okay?
Yes, it's the secret
I'm
ingredient.
gonna tell you the secret ingredient after I do something.
You have some-
First we have this is just your spring mix. You can get right
Just
over
the
it.
spring mix, yeah.
right over
So
it,
it's
then-
just simple, just the spring mix.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now we put the shrimp,
Oh.
put it right in there, like
Oh,
this.
Awesome.
Okay, then we put this one
Two,
also,
yes.
so we want 2. They're gonna be right in there, okay?
How do you name that?
I did a lot of
This is
events,
original.
a lot of events in New Orleans. And the
Mhm.
first time I did this, it was
It's so
10,000
beautiful.
people. We did this for an appetizer in
10,000
New
people.
Orleans, all at
We're
one
talking
time.
about serious business here.
Okay, so here's the
10,000.
fun part.
So we worry about making one.
Here's the fun part,
Yes.
okay? We have this going. Move this over here. Now, when the servers, they're getting ready, okay? They're getting ready to, we have them all lined up on the trays.
Yes.
And then I'll say, ready, let's go. And you do this.
Oh wow! Look at that. Looks like this fork. Oh my goodness.
And so then
It's
that's your
unbelievable.
voodoo shrimp.
So it is a voodoo. You know what? I think this is good for Halloween. What do you think about the Halloween to have those?
Yes,
Isn't that
yes.
amazing? Oh my God,
So then
that's awesome. It's simple. You just put water there.
in the hot water, and so the servers,
Oh my God.
when they walk in the room, see how it is?
Unbelievable. So that's the voodoo.
Yes, and then
Oh,
it's,
wow. And it's boiling there.
yes.
I would say witch's brew.
Well, what you do is you put dry ice.
Oh.
You put dry
so
ice
You put
in.
dry ice right
Yeah,
now?
I did while you were talking. I put the dry
I
ice in
didn't
there.
see when you put the dry. Oh.
I'll show you the
see,
dry ice.
That's, you show me the dry ice. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can buy this in the store or
I
what?
bought it in HEB today. But
Really? Oh, that is a dry ice. Can
Yes.
I take a piece?
it's hot. You shouldn't.
Look.
Don't touch it.
It is.
Don't eat it.
Oh,
It's,
so it's burning.
yes.
It's burning.
Somebody like me can handle it.
Oh,
Right?
I know.
Somebody like you.
It's already burning me.
Yes.
It's amazing. So you just put just a little piece?
Yeah, I put a little chunk about the
Okay,
size of
and
a
then you
quarter.
put the water.
And then
just a
you put
little.
the water. You put the greens in there to protect the shrimp. They don't want the shrimp to be in the water.
Oh, yeah. So now when you eat this, you just
Then
eat
you
the
would,
shrimp.
what you would do is you would just pull it out of here,
Okay,
and
so
then you put it on your plate.
I see. So you don't eat
The greens you don't eat.
Oh.
No, it's only for protection
I will
and
put
shrimp.
some fake then.
Yes.
It will work. That's wonderful. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's just amazing. I never saw something like that the first time. So I saw a lot of places where they serve like very unbelievable gourmet food, but I never even dreamed that something like that can exist. So again, the creativity. So did you start this recipe?
Yes.
Did you start?
Many
So
years
it's
ago.
original. It's original recipe, and he's so generous to give us, the recipe. And I just love this shrimp. So let's go and sit down there and talk more. Get away from this food. we're going to ask you, like for example, this would be like appetizer. Is that right?
Yes, you can do it.
Okay.
You can do it for an entree or appetizer, depending on how many shrimp you want to give.
Why would you think that? Oh, how many shrimp? Okay, so practically you go with the 6 shrimp. That's what you do.
If I was doing an entree, I would go with 6 shrimp. If I was
Yeah.
going to do appetizer, or if it's a dual entree, be it that I put the steak with it, then
Mhm.
I
Oh,
do
yes.
3 shrimp.
I see. So when you have like a shrimp and steak, that would be in the menu would be a shrimp and steak, and then
Yes.
people will expect maybe a plate with a shrimp and steak, but that's the presentation that is here. It's like giving a lot of classy look, and then just like very tasty also.
Yes.
I saw that you just kept it like what 2-3 minutes the shrimp.
That's all you need.
What is the good measure of the time when you cook the shrimp, when you boil them?
Well, the shrimp, depending on how hot your pan is, if you want to see the shrimp, it'll go from being raw to you'll see that the tails will turn pink. How these are pink now.
Yes.
And
Oh,
then
so
you'll
that's
see
what you
also the shrimp will turn whitish pink.
whitish pink. So that is when you know
So
that
you're
it's ready.
looking, yeah.
You think that
Plus-
sometimes we overcook the shrimp?
Oh,
It's
yes,
bad. It's
yeah.
bad.
And it's tough and
Tough.
rubbery.
Rubbery. Okay, so that's what you look for, the pink around the the edge, around the tail, yeah. And
Yes,
then
yes.
yeah. Well, let me ask you, so do you know that here in CookSpecial we are the capital of the shrimp in the world?
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's amazing what happened when the people know. So, oh, CookSpecial, the shrimp are there. I remember when I came to New York, the people say, oh yeah, you're going there where the shrimps are. I said, well, shrimps. I never heard in Romania about shrimps. What are those? Oh my God, you're going to see. Oh, they are so expensive, and they are, you can have it there. So first, for desire was like, what is this shrimp people they talking in New York about? They are so expensive, and you can have the privilege to eat. So sure enough, when I started eating this shrimp, I said, I will eat only shrimp. I don't need anything else but shrimp to eat. And everybody said, no, they have a cholesterol. Oh, I don't really think that I'm worried about cholesterol. As long as I eat shrimp, it's like I'm fine. Thank you so much for watching our show. We're going to take a short break. We're going to sit again and ask more our chef Barry about his life and about his plans for future. So we'll be right back. thank you so much for watching our program. So again, I'm here today with Chef Barry Bennett, and we discuss about his origin. He is Italian. I mean, his family is Italian. And how many from your family are in a restaurant business and food industry in in hospitality? How many?
Well, my father, he owned 7 restaurants for many, many years in New York City. Of course, I've been executive chef, a corporate chef, almost 30 years now. One of all the kids, there was 5 of us, in some sort of part of the hospitality. The girls, they were waitress or they were bartenders at a young age. My older brother, who's passed on many years ago, but he was a general manager of a 5-star restaurant.
Wow.
So when I was in high school, my older brother moved to Florida and became general manager of a 5-star restaurant, and I worked in the summertime. I lived in outside Detroit. We had a house in New York City and one in Detroit.
So you was born in
Michigan, in Detroit.
Michigan.
Yes.
So why in New York City?
That's where my father had the restaurant.
Oh, in New York City.
Yes.
Wow. What year was that?
Early 60s all the way to the early 2000s.
I imagine that you went back to New York many times since then. So
Many
what
times.
do you see the difference? Because my daughter lives in New York, so we going there to this restaurant, they popping up like a mushroom. So I have no idea. What do you see? What's the difference between what was in that time and what is right now? Are they more chain restaurant right now? Are they more international, cuisine that people come from all over and open restaurant? What is the difference?
Well, I see in the industry nowadays, there's a lot more chains, and what I call safe. The money is tight for everybody in the economy, and so people know you got all the change, you know what you're gonna get. And I'm talking about more of, Applebee's, Chili's, Outbacks, those type of places. You know that you're gonna get the same exact thing. People, there's the adventurous people, families of that 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, they can afford to eat out once a month. They gotta know that they're gonna have the same.
Yeah.
They can't risk.
They can't.
Whereas, other places, that like places I've run in the past, we're always on a cutting edge, and it just takes a certain person. So especially in New York City, there's either just the chains, and then they have some fabulous, really upscale, restaurants.
I like Tavern on the Green. I don't know, it's there for a long time because that's where I hang out.
Yes, it's a great place.
It is because you see all these people, I feel good to be around.
Yeah. So my father, he was an entrepreneur. He was in education. He was, real estate. He owned property. Had the restaurants. My mother, she worked in the hospitality industry, and then
So both parents.
they got divorced, and my mother continued. She was always a director of catering in hotels.
Oh, okay.
So she understood the business quite well. She
Yeah.
understood what I go through on a daily basis.
Oh, that's amazing. So you practically took from both of them,
Yeah, a
because
little bit
many
of both.
times we see who is your role model, so practically both.
For
parents,
both of them, yes.
For both of them, because what you're doing right now is practically what your mom does and your dad was doing, just the same thing.
Yeah,
like really combine both.
And here at Mirador, I run the front of the house, which means the servers, the dining room manager, on the healthcare side, on the independent side, and also the kitchen. So I run both. So I have a director of dining services / executive chef here.
Well, Chef, when do you have time for you? What do you do for yourself? Tell me, what do you do for yourself? Do you date somebody? Do you have time to date? Do you have time to go to movies? Do you have time to somebody to kidnap you and go somewhere?
Well, I'm waiting for somebody to kidnap me.
I was trying to invite him last night to this performance. There were belly dancers there, so it was a nice little performance, but he was like, I'm working, I'm doing that, so apparently you have to be really pursued to go somewhere.
Yes, well, my work and my whole career, and I like to think, like with my father, he taught me at a very young age,
Yes,
you be dedicated and dive into your work, and I've been, you know, a workaholic for my
Yes,
whole life.
yes, I
You know, so
understand
that
exactly
is
what you're
priority
talking about.
one.
Yes.
And dating and dinners and movies and all that is secondary.
Yeah,
And
and
if
the
it works out,
secondary-
it's great.
Yeah, and they never come to secondary. Be the first one forever. So
But-
you one day you say like, what's happening with this life?
Well, if you have the companion, then all of a sudden your schedule seems to get freed up more frequently.
Yeah. I don't know, sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm in business for 30 years and I feel like anybody that's staying my way is like, it's not making me happy. I want to, when I have time to do what I have to do, I hate commitment. I don't want anybody to say like, well, we meet in such a time, we go there. No. I understand exactly what you say because I said, no, you know, I have to do my flowers, I have to do my deliveries, I have to do water this. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. So the flower industry and the food industry, they are the same, very demanding and very on time. I mean, if you don't make the bouquet when the bride walk on the aisle, that's it, you lost the business. You know, if you don't get there to the funeral home, when the visitation is, you lose it. If you don't do like, right now is the lunchtime between like, you have like 11:30 or 2 o'clock, I know you, I saw you there in the kitchen. I was following him around, I was shadowing him, you know, one day, and it's amazing. He just like had it under control, had all his menu there, everything. Like here is this station where this girl was doing cutting some fruits, another station where the guy was like starting to put like, okay, it's 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever, my people come see it. Then he walk out from the kitchen and go and talking to the people, to residents, and just really everybody adores him. I think that at least from my observation, everybody show like the chef is making us happy. I know my friend Belle is just walking everywhere, just like running for, you know, to just keep her, you know, silhouette. So it's like you cannot say no. And what was fascinating was this cappuccino. Oh, chef, you should have bring some cappuccino. I can't go to sleep with this smells good here, but I would have loved this cappuccino that you have here. And for all of you in audience, if you will realize that this is the best cappuccino I ever, even in Italy, I didn't drink such a good cappuccino here. So I'm kind of, you know, sneaking sometime here, and I just want to see the chef, and I'll grab one of these cappuccino and brag everywhere and see about that, because I go a lot of places during the day and I just say no cappuccino in the world like cappuccino the chef is doing here. So did you have any experiences in Corpus Christi that you can, so far, it's so little time that you are here, that you can say I will never forget this, what happened in Corpus Christi, something that is special besides the fact that you have in Texas Monthly here, we have a beautiful article about, I will ask my producer Henry to come later and just like make it a little bit bigger. In Texas Monthly is a beautiful article about him and about his accomplishment, and he was 126th time in Martha Stewart show. And but I tell you, chef, if you are one time in my show, it means more than 2,000 times in Martha Stewart show. Especially that, you know, I'm trying to compete right now to take her place there. So I take you with me if I come there. And so in Texas Monthly, it's a beautiful article. I have the article, so if you are interested to see, it's in the month of, when was that, chef?
March.
Oh, in March the 5th, 2012. It's just like not even a long time ago, see, March the 5th. So we can see it in a March, you know, Texas Monthly, a beautiful article. So to me, I think it is an honor to be here. And again, you know, it's the best kept secret that we have here. So we have a number on the screen. You call me if you want to know more about the chef, because I'm not going to give you any secrets about him unless you go through me. Okay, not him. So I really ban the chef to talk to anybody. I wanted really to be very, you know, like different of the introduction that I'm going to do for him, like in everyday life. And did you have a chance to see a little bit in Corpus Christi? Did you go to any places here that you really think that you like it?
Well, you know, I've been to the beach a couple times. Been to the aquarium downtown, to which, you know, I kind of went too late in the day, but I still got to see. I didn't get to see any dolphin show or anything. But coming from Florida for many years, you know, I lived in Florida, and you know, SeaWorld, Disney World, all that type of stuff I'm used to. But I yet to have taken a tour of the Lexington, the big
Oh, you
battleship.
did?
I
That's
didn't yet.
Oh, you
I'm-
didn't? Okay,
I'm-
okay.
I'm trying to make time for it. A
You
couple
have
of
to
our
kidnap
residents.
him, you girlfriends, just let me know. One day we'll kidnap him, we'll go like about 6, 7 of us to be sure that he's in good hands. So we'll kidnap him and go to Lexington and then go to Portland, English side, Arkansas Pass, Rockport. We take him there in a beautiful resort and marinas resort, which is a beautiful restaurant there, and they have a platform outside where the boats are, so we can dance. They have a band, so we have to kidnap you for a little bit, so we may get in trouble with people, that you work with. So I don't know. We'll just see. We'll figure it out. And then Port Aransas is beautiful also. Port Aransas is a beautiful place. So many of you that you're watching the show and you know what I'm talking about, back porch and the Beulah and the Tortuga